Welcome to Cool Bears. Welcome back to another video. It is about time we get here again. This is the moment of the truth. As you guys, here we break the truth. Here we get to analyze what is going on in the country. It is for that reason why we have chosen this appointment. There's no a day by you'll have to go to bed without have to listen to our analytics as we do every day. So once again, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to Cool Bears. You know what to do. If you are the first person, the first time to be here, you just have to subscribe to the channel, because here we get to analyze about the matters that is happening in the country. And to those who always watch us, guys, I acknowledge your presence. You are more welcome. Do as always, do like the videos. We will really do appreciate that. Today we are starting a bit later than we expected because of some delay that we get this evening, but that does not forbid us from not telling you the news and everything that we would like to discuss with you this evening, because it is very important that we get to communicate every time whenever there's a serious matters that is facing our nations. So guys, without delay, I'll have to read for you the breaking news of the day before we get to our main topic, which we'll be discussing. Of course, this time we will be talking about the President Ramadola. Do you think, can we trust him with this Zondo report? Because there's a lot that is being said so far about it. So you, the person who's watching this video, how do you think about it? Do you think that can we trust him to handle this report of state capture? That's what we're going to discuss. But before that, let me read for you the breaking news of the day. South African no longer required to wear face mask. Limits on gatherings have also been dropped. Health Minister had confirmed that. Now the question we should know here is to know, where does this leave you with your two vaccine and two boosters? Because not long ago, these people, they came and said that no, you should take vaccine, you must take one, you must take the second one, and we saw how they had put pressure on all peoples for them to take vaccine. And we saw even some people, they had to get to the point of losing their job, because if you don't take the vaccine, your boss is not gonna allow you to work for them. And some people, they had to take this vaccine against their own willing. Now that they have managed to take this vaccine, today the health minister have just announced to say that there's no need to be wearing a mask anymore, and people now, they can gather wherever they want to be, whether it is in the stadium, they can go. There's no problem about it. Well, another news that I would like you guys to be aware of is the first case of monkeypox in South Africa has been confirmed. Guys, I believe most of you don't know what is monkeypox disease. It is a disease actually. So I would like us to talk a little bit about it as we starting, because it's very important to get to know what is this disease called monkeypox. Because if you don't know, you might end up waking up, and you might end up sleeping and waking up finding this yourself with this disease, because this disease is just like a COVID-19. It is a something that can be contaminated through someone. So you need to be aware about it so that you'll be able to protect yourself and remain in good health. Another news that is that World Bank approved a 500 billion loan to South Africa to help fight monkeypox. So recently, guys, I told you about how the World Bank had given South Africa something like a 6.7 billion rand in order for them to fight COVID-19. Now they are telling us that COVID-19 is now more manageable, because many people, they have took the vaccine, and people, they can now start walking freely without wearing the mask. Now, the question is to know also the money that the World Bank had given to them, what are them going to do with it? Because that money is a lot of money. So we need to know, what is this money going to do? Is it going to do something that will benefit South Africans, or is it going to in the pocket of someone? We need to remain with our eyes open so that we can get exactly to understand what is this money is going to help. And now that the World Bank has approved another 500 billion, not 500. I mean, not 5 billion, but 500 billion of rand, so that South Africa will have to fight against this disease of monkeypox. So let's wait and see how these things will go. Another news that I would like to read for you guys. It is about the EFF have welcomes the arrest of a police sergeant in a connection with the kidnapping of a gift Malope. So that is a statement that the EFF released this evening, because there were some job that police was assigned to do in order for them to arrest the kidnappers who had kidnapped Malope. Another one also, the public protector SA welcomes the conclusion of a state capture commissioner's work. The officer has written to President Cyril Ramaphosa requesting a copy of the full report, and that he must submit to Parliament a plan on how the report's recommendation will be implemented. Well, guys, that is where I came up with the topic of today, obviously, and one of the comment that I read today earlier on in one of our videos. So it was a question where people they had to ask if the president can be trusted with this state capture that they had just give him the report. Can he be trusted? And looking at everything that is happening, we're going to find out in these videos whether Mr. President can be trusted or not. We'll try to analyze about it in details. But before we get to that, let me read the last breaking news that we had prepared for you this evening. The Namibian Police Chief Inspector General Sebastien Ndeyunga says Sergeant Enrique Ngende, who allegedly traveled with Palapala farmer highest mastermind Emmanuel David, has been charged criminally. Guys, here, this news, obviously I got it in the official website of the police department of Namibia, where they have to give the report about what had happened, because remember, among people who had stole the money in the Palapala farm, one of them, the mastermind behind, who was behind all this scenario, called by the name of Emmanuel, was arrested in Namibia. Okay, so after being arrested, the surgeon who was in charge of his arrestations got also they accuse him of a criminality that he commit. So they have not really given too much details about it. I think it's still confidential. Let's wait and see. If we get an update about it, we'll tell you. But in this video, still again, we're going to discuss a little bit about the remains of the details that is happening. So guys, once again, welcome. If you have not liked the videos, do like the videos, and let's get to the business of the day. The moment of truth is here. Yes, can we trust President Ramaphosa with the uh, state capture report that he received? That's a question like everyone they're asking. Yesterday, I I raised up some important points, which I saw how guys you had react to it, and I came back again with some more details about it that we'll need to try to think together, and try to see if this report can be trusted, because all we see, guys, it is drama after drama. So the state capture report, it is a report that was assigned in 2018, whereby the country, they had the parliament, or the whole government, they had agreed that they should try to follow up everything that is happening in the country, whether you are a politician, whether you are a opposition leader, whether you are a minister, whether you are working in the municipality, anything, whether you're working for a public uh, status, you need to come up and give your report out. They have to check how you manage everything. And that is how you get to see the names of starting from president to anyone who's involved in something. The names are being mentioned inside. Now, this report is supposed to be released since about 2 months ago, but it keep on delaying. Today, tomorrow. And people now, they keep on raising up questions, but why? Waiting for so long. Why? You know? So finally, when this report comes, before I get that, before this report come, what we saw is that we saw some suspensions. We saw some people getting suspended from the president, and these people, the people who supposed to investigate him, because he needed to be investigated as well in this report. Unfortunately, these people, some of them, they were kicked out. Finally, when the report on the table, things that we were expecting for the president either to be in or not, they were not there. And when the Chief Justice Zondo, Raymond Zondo, were asked the question to know some few details about what is written inside this report, he mentioned couple of government departments, couple of individuals, names who are inside this report. But when people, they were expecting him to mention President Cyril Ramaphosa, his name was not inside. And we are afraid to say that this report, until the end, there's a possibility that the name of Cyril Ramaphosa not being mentioned inside. Yesterday, I even tried to go a bit far by explaining you guys that why one of the reasons why they'll feel like they don't need to mention Ramaphosa inside this report. They'll tell you that maybe some of the things that we expecting for Ramaphosa to be mentioned inside this report, such as Palapala farm money robbery, those are the things that happened before. I mean, this report, it was almost finished. They'll come up with such excuses of saying that we had wrapped up the whole report, we did not have enough time for us to go and investigate, or maybe Ramaphosa investigations were still undergo, so we did not want to disturb them. We had to submit what we had in our possession. So they might come with such excuses, okay? But still, so far, Ramaphosa names is not being mentioned inside that report. So now everyone, they're like, okay, some they're surprised, but some they're still not surprised, because they're like, Chief Zondo, he knows Ramaphosa very well. Who was Ramaphosa back then in 2019? I mean 2018 to 2020 somewhere there. He knows who was Ramaphosa. He have the confession of Ramaphosa back then when he had his audience, when they asked him about the ESCOM strategy, which President Zuma had fired this short man. Yeah, I forgot his name again. The name will come when he got suspended from President Zuma. Ramaphosa is the person who went and tried to kind of like accuse President Zuma, saying that I had warned President Zuma to not suspend this man here. Beside that, the Chief of Justice Zondo is also aware about the management of Ramaphosa when he was the head of ANC. Implement how all his leadership had affected the country in the service. He's also aware on how Ramaphosa was aware of the nomination of this man, finance minister, the one who was nominated by Guptas, who had told Zuma that nominate this person. He had also, I mean, he had all this information in his possession. And yet, in this state capture report, there is nothing that Ramaphosa is being pointed finger at. Though me and you, we are aware, we know what had happened back then. So for that reason, it has raised a lot of um, opinions, especially on social media, where everyone they have tried to understand what is going on, like seriously. And we come to realize that no, actually, the Chief Justice Zondo was nominated by Ramaphosa himself. As I told you guys yesterday, that there are things which we might feel free to say that, okay, guys, here we're doing good and here we're not doing good. Yesterday, I told you guys how. I asked you a question that who do you think is going to investigate Ramaphosa, Pala Pala, farm money robbery and everything? Because everyone who's supposed to investigate him, these people, they are all have been nominated by himself. And among these people, I had forgotten that the Chief Justice Zondo was also nominated by Ramaphosa himself. Where it is the Justice Minister, if been nominated by Ramaphosa himself. Where it is state capture, also been nominated by Ramaphosa himself. And when she tried to challenge him, saying that I'm going to try to find out what had happened with this 4 million US dollar, the next thing she was kicked out. They suspend her. So what it is the SARS CEO is also been nominated by the same person. So everyone who's supposed to do the job, they find themselves that they're stuck by Ramaphosa, his leadership, because it's the person who had nominated them. And as I can see, all these people, they're trying to protect their own interest. You see for yourself how Chief Justice Raymond Zondo tried to defend Ramaphosa even before he get to deliver this state capture report. That no, I'm not being led by the president, I'm not being influenced by the president, I'm not this, I'm not that. He gave all these reasons because obviously they know that somehow, someway, I owe what I have, or what I have to the president, because it's the person who make it easy for me to be who I am today. So for that reason, obviously, you will tell that they don't really feel like the whole South African an explanation, whereby they'll have to tell the people the truth and do the job how they're supposed to do it. So how can we now trust President Ramaphosa with this report if everyone who's supposed to investigate him, if everyone who's supposed to do the job, they've been all nominated by him? And those who try to 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 cough by saying that no, I'm going to investigate this, I'm going to the bottom of this and try to see what is going on, they got suspended. They've been removed from the post. Now the question is for us to know is to ask ourselves, either we can be able to trust him with this report, because in this report there's not even any guarantee showing that all the job is doing proper, because obviously you can tell that there are only small people who are being mentioned inside this report, but other people, they look like they're more above of the law, that this report will have to protect them. We can see it more obvious, me and you. We are all aware about what had happened, how President Ramaphosa did work back in days, and how is he working right now. But so far, people who are supposed to do the job, they have all themselves. So I don't know what game is going on right now. As I come across one of the tweet whereby someone says that Chief Raymond Zondo with President Ramaphosa, They usually meet somewhere and have a cup of tea. So whenever they meet like that, obviously they'll have to discuss about, okay, dude, I know you, you know me. So we are here. I have helped you before. This is the time for you to help me because I still have a lot to deal with. Now, guys, there's a question which I wanted to ask everyone. How come, regardless of all these state capture reports, yet the Palapala farm money robbery still trending? That's just a question because you can check everywhere, whether it is on the news, everyone is still talking about Palapala farm money robbery. Though we know that the state capture supposed to do something about this, but so far there's no any sign showing that the Palapala report is also among this state capture. So obviously you will tell that the Palapala farm money robbery is still trending because the state capture had failed somewhere to answer to questions that South Africans are asking themselves out there about Palapala farm money. Because if the state capture had done its part, then I believe everyone will have focused to see on what state capture has said or not. But just because they had not showed that intention of doing things in the proper way, it raised up a doubt within South Africans whereby they'll have to doubt every report that is being uh, signed in that state capture. Parapara farm money robbery is still trending because of these questions. These are the unanswered questions that millions of South Africans are asking today, yet they still not find an answer because the person who's supposed to provide the answer for them, he have not done so. And I have tried to put these questions together for you so that I can be able to explain it in more details one by one. And as I said, don't lose focus, fellow South African. President Cyril Ramaphosa, Palapala, corruption farm saga. Question number one that people are asking about Palapala farm: failing to report crime to the police. There were a crime which was committed in that Palapala farm. And this crime is supposed to be reported to the police. And now, this, since we're talking about the head of the state, president of a republic, then which means this crime, it was not supposed to be reported only to the police, but it's supposed to be reported as well to the South Africans. That simply means to say that the president is supposed to have the courage to sit down and talk either to media or either to the nation straight away and say that, okay, guys, I had this money and it got stolen, and then this is what I did, and I'm doing like this, I'm doing like this. So you guys, people of South Africa, come out and help me out to figure out about this. That did not happen. So it is a crime that had took a place. Unfortunately, the president, it did not answer to that. Question number two: torturing such suspects. So there were people who were arrested, and these people, they were tortured. For what reasons? Who gave you that power? Yesterday, guys, I gave you an example of myself back in days when I used to work for as a security in somewhere. I almost got arrested all because I had to take the law in my own hands. So now here the question is just torturing suspects. It was not something good. That is another question that the president need to answer. Question number three: bribing criminals to silence them. After the rumors started raising up, there were people who were bribed. so that they must keep silent of what had happened, whether the money was stolen, whether they were tortured, whether they were what, they were bribed, so that they must not say much about this. They have to keep the silence. Question number 4 that the president will have to answer to South African is foreign currency under mattress. Remember the money we're talking about here? It was a US dollar, and that it makes is not a South African money. It make it become foreign currency. Yesterday I tried to tell you guys on how this money had to get inside the country in a very legal way, and what procedure need to be done, and was it gonna remain in foreign currency, or is it gonna be transferred in South African currency? I tried to explain all these things in details yesterday. So those are serious questions that people want to ask themselves, and they want to get the answer, because they were expecting the state capture to come up with all this about Palapala farm and everything, but so far things look in a very negative way, and that makes people worried a lot. So guys, let's wait and see. But if you have to ask for my point of view, honestly speaking, I'll tell you, as I always tell you, you don't need to trust politicians. Yes, politicians, no matter how much time you trust them, they'll end up disappointing you. Politicians, they're just like those player boy, those who look cute, handsome, they dress nice, they smell fresh with nice beard, dark, tall. You now, you are like a woman. You go, you fall in love with them. They'll end up hurting you at the end of the day. They'll come to you with all the beautiful, sweet words telling you how they'll take good care of you, how loyal they'll remain to you, how good they'll be to you. But from one day to another, you wake up and find out that they're busy cheating on you with another woman aside. That is how politicians they are. So they're like this men whereby you're a beautiful woman. When they want you, they'll put all the effort just to have you. They'll come to you, they'll tell you beautiful things, they'll tell you what to do, everything. But once they have you, they're no longer fulfilling all the sweet words or beautiful words that they used to say to you. That is how politicians they are. When they need your vote, they'll come to you, they'll be so polite, they'll be so gentle, they'll tell you a lot of things. They'll even try to criticize. Hey, look at that one, he's not doing nothing. Look, look, look. But once they're there, they'll change. And at the end of the day, the person will get hurt, the person will be disappointed, the person will continue suffering. It is you and not them. Because as I always tell you, go right now, go and ask Ramaphosa's children where they are, where them studying. They'll tell you that they're somewhere in overseas, going to the very expensive university and everything. So of course, we know that Ramaphosa got money, he can afford it, fine. But all these politicians, go and check. The wife, the side chick, they are going on a vacation every weekend. When you've been sitting here for years and years, you don't even remember the last time you went for vacation. If you want to go for a vacation, you are going to Durban or to Bilabella, somewhere there. But them, they are going vacation like Dubai, Mombasa, all those famous places. So it's just a matter of like they sleep and wake up. Okay, this weekend I'm going to Nairobi. I'm going. Or this weekend I'm going to United Arab. So everything's they wish, they get it, because the bank is full. The bank is full of money. So for that reason, you don't need to give your trust on politicians, because they'll disappoint you. So for me, this report is just another way of just wasting time, because what me personally, what I was expecting is not what I have seen so far. Yes, it's not what I've seen so far. So there's no way that you will tell me that I can trust the president who's envy of money, the president who's a businessman at the same time, living his life, trying to connect himself with big opportunities that you supposed to be having, all because now is in charge. Like I'm there, I'm the one. Okay, there's this contract which comes is about maybe 10 billion. This 10 billion, I can't give this tender to anyone myself. I sign, my company comes and take the tender and goes like that. That's what these politicians are doing, and we have seen it. Even people who are giving the tenders in the municipality in every way, these are the same people. They have opened their own companies. They put the son, they put the side chicks, they put the wife there, and pretend like it is not their own companies. So since they're inside the box, they can tell what is the next big tender that is away to come. And when this tender comes, they'll tell the wife or the person who's running that company to come and sign for that tender. And people who are going every day in a street way, in a very legal way to apply for a tender, they don't get succeed. That's the reason why every time you'll see the same companies. They've been getting tender. Every time there's a tender, a new tender, they have to get it. You ask yourself, what magic are them doing? No. It's not that they're good than your company. It's not that they provide a proper service than your company. It's just that they have their own people who are working inside there. You guys, you saw recently, I think last week, the reports when they had to come and bring the report of municipalities in the country. Out of 20 municipalities, reports to check how much money do they make, how do they spend this much money, I mean, how do they spend the money, and how much do they keep. Do you know that out of 20 municipalities, there were only 3 municipalities which came clean? Only 3 municipalities which came clean, whereby the money can be traced. Where did it go? Who did them pay? What remains? But the rest, there were no transparency. Obviously, there's no transparency because there is some fishy going on. There are people who are busy stealing the money. And now all these things, obviously, they need to be mentioned inside the Zondo report. I mean the state capture report. If now they are not being mentioned inside, that's another thing we should doubt about this. Even if they're being mentioned inside, what next procedure do we need to follow in order for these people to pay? Because we're talking about billions and billions of money that municipality makes. One municipality. Like there's this other one, at least them they managed to bring a good job. The municipality, the one from Eastern Cape, they came also clean. So it was Eastern Cape, Johannesburg, and I think Pretoria. Yes, I think Pretoria. Those three, they come clean. The money, they trace it, they saw the bank, but this remaining of municipality, very pity. They say there are some amount of money. You will just say that, okay, the municipality have spent this much money. Okay, when they try to go and check what did the municipality spend this money on, nothing special. Bring us the proof, there's no proof. That is how bad this country is being corrupted right now. So I don't see anything surprise. Let's hope for those who are in the parliament after in 4 months, as the president had announced that we'll have to bring this report to the parliament. Let's hope perhaps people will try to, because as I said, everything's like people who are supposed to do the job, all of them, they were nominated by the president. When president is saying that he will have to bring this report to the parliament, guys, it's even worse. It's even very scary for me, because that parliament is full of people from ANC, the majority of people, because they will have to vote for this report, yes or no. So now, as it is going there, the majority of deputies who are in that parliament, all of them, they are from ANC. So obviously, If me and you we decide to say that no, they must vote for no, them they are going to vote for yes. If we say they must vote yes, them they are going to vote no, because they have to protect some individuals. They need to protect that the power. They need to protect guys. It's very pity and very disappointing at the same time. But yeah, let's wait and see. Perhaps something good will happen, but which I doubt. Which I doubt. So we can't say much about it. But at least you guys, you get our point of view. We can't trust this system is being corrupted already. There is a lot to be done in order for us to be able to trust it. But besides that, there's nothing special will come out from this. I bet on that one. So if you have doubts, then wait and see. You'll see for yourself. The same measurement, the same treatment they had received for President Jacob Zuma, that is the same thing they should also apply for President Cyril Ramaphosa, because so far is in the same line as the President Jacob Zuma. But so far, that is not happening. So I don't know how should we have to trust this report. Let's wait and see. All right, guys, that is it for today. I'm late, and I believe most of you are sleeping already, so I'm not gonna keep you for so long. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch until now. If you have not liked the video, please don't leave without liking the video. Most of all, subscribe also to the channel, because that's what we do here in this channel. We try to comment, and do analytics about what is happening in the country. Yes, because we don't need to just sit and wait for everything to be done automatically if we don't talk the truth about. Yes, that's the reason why we had bring out this show, whereby we have to discuss and try to expose the truth out, so that everyone can have to benefit from it. I'll see you again very soon, but for now, be good, be kind, have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. Ciao, ciao.